Tarot is for fun and entertainment purposes only. Please do like, share, comment, and hit that notification bell. Please use your own discernment. Thank you for watching. Timestamps included for your convenience. I will see you on the other side of this. Please do enjoy this numerology on Prince William. Well, hello, my beautiful stars. It is the 28th of July, 2026. It is 1 p.m. in the afternoon. I hope you guys are all doing very, very well. I hope you enjoyed the unexpected auto writing that came through this morning. My apologies again for some of the sniffles and some of the throat clearing and stuff. But with auto writings, it happens so often and I can't control it. I'm trying to work on it, but let's see. I've got still a little bit of a residue. My throat is a little bit hoarse after this morning. It's a little bit sore, my throat. So I've got a glass of water here with me. And speaking of a glass of water, I am going to be bringing out some drinking water bottles, and maybe little coffee flasks or something in those lines. I'm still working on it, and I'm going to be using the Temperance redesigned card from the Mystical Fortune Tarot deck. And then I've also got the Witches on their Brooms coming crashing down from the Eight of Wands for that as well. Speaking of the shop now, you guys will see that prices and stuff look differently. I had to go through a whole process, and that's what I did yesterday while I couldn't record videos and stuff, so I was working on that. So don't think I don't do anything if I'm not recording. I am, because I had to go back into Shopify, through which I sell, and I had to go into Printify, which is the company that prints my items and produces them and ships them and everything else. So see, complete transparency. So what I actually had to do is I was charged by Printify in US dollars for the products to be produced, and then you guys would have paid in US dollars through Shopify. But when the money arrives in my account, sneaky, they didn't do the currency conversion to give me the US dollar amount. They just paid me the flat fee. Say it was $100 US, for example. They paid me 100 New Zealand dollars, and there is quite a difference there. I think the US dollar is about 7 to 1 New Zealand dollar. So what I had to do, because Printify does not have the currency of New Zealand dollar in the thing, so I had to change it to Australian dollar. And that is a lot better, because now I get charged in Australian dollars to print the stuff and get it manufactured and shipped and everything. But one New Zealand dollar is only $1.07 in Australian dollars, so it makes a huge difference. I was losing about $7 on every item that I was selling, and that I only discovered when I got my payout, and I looked at it and I was like, and then I had to go and dig. So also now you will see everything's in Australian dollars. So if you're buying from the UK, from America, from France, South Africa, and everything, it will be a fairly amount cheaper, I think, to what it is buying it in US dollars. But I've noticed on YouTube, in the YouTube shop, they list it all as New Zealand dollar. So you guys will be paying New Zealand dollars. You are not paying US dollars. So for example, if an item says, say, $24, just know it is 24 New Zealand. It's 24 New Zealand dollars. Sorry, I was just waving at one of my neighbors coming past. So that is not US dollars. So you guys will actually be saving $7 on the dollar, roughly. Okay, so hopefully that will work for people. Other than that, I do not know how to do it any other way, because I'm not based in the UK. I'm not based in America. So it's a minefield when you're in a small little country right at the bottom, sometimes left off world maps and stuff. But that's enough of that. Today, I started writing, and then something happened with my camera. It warned me that I needed to clean the lens. So I had to stop, and I cleaned the lenses, and I had to start re-recording. Today, because of popular demand, people wanted me to do more numerology. And I'm going to be doing the numerology on Prince William. He's actually very, very interesting. When I was doing his numerology, I nearly missed it. Because he is literally slap bang in the middle of 2 years. He has just gone into his 2026 year. And then come the end of the year, he will be transitioning into a 2027 year. So he is literally slap bang in the middle of it, which made it actually for a very interesting numerology. So let us get into this, and I am going to be referring to my notes just in order to make sure that I do not make any mistakes, because there were some concerns about something I worked out in Prince Harry's one, but I did I did post in the community post that how I came to that figure, and I hope it all made sense. So I'm going to work it through very slowly with you guys, and then we will take it from there. So let us begin. Okay. By the way, my pen has died during the auto writing, so I've got to go and get a new refill. So I am on plastic. I hope you guys can see. I am going to bring it in a little bit closer, so hopefully you guys can see. I hate writing in blue pen. I always write in black. And if I want to make accents, I write in red. But I always use black. I've been writing with black pen since I started writing with ink pen at school. Okay, Prince William. So we are looking at 21/06/2026. Okay. And let us dive into the first part of it. That is going to be his life path, and then we also his life path is his life year, and then we're also going to be diving into 21/07/06. Why did I say 07? 26/27. Okay, but let's look at his life path first, which is 21/06/1982. And I won't tell you guys exactly why 82 is very significant for me. Take a guess, leave it in the comment, because yeah, that was the start of a lot of things in one's life. Okay, let us do the maths here. So we are looking at the month 6, the day. So the month equals 6. The day is 2 plus 1, and that gives us a 3. Then we're looking at his year, and that is 1 plus 9 plus 8 plus 2, and that will give us, when we reduce it, because it goes to 20, and then we reduce it, 2 plus 2 is 2. Okay, so there we have a 6, a 3, and a 2. Okay, I hope you guys are still with me. And when we take the 6 plus the plus 2, that takes us to 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Takes us to 11. Very interesting. There's an 11 as well. And as we also always say, his life path here, that is a master builder number. And as you guys know, I don't reduce master builder numbers, but we can, because why I did it this way is because you can reduce it from 11 and it becomes a 2. Okay, there's a very interesting reason why I'm taking it to the 2 as well, and you'll see as I go along here. Okay, So, in other words, William walks a path of life of Master 11/2. And as we know, it is the illuminator, it is a pioneer, it is driven, it is a double one, and it is resting upon diplomatic, peacekeeping bases, okay? Now, let's go and have a look at the timing of the math, because his birthday of the 21st acts as his official energetic reset button of every year, okay? 2026 is universal year, so we are going to be looking at 2026, which is 2 plus 2 plus 6, and that will give us a 10, okay, which reduces down to a 1. Sorry, I just got the page off here. I'll bring it in. So it's 2 plus 2 is 10, and it reduces down to a 1. You see all the 1s coming through? Now we're going to look at his personal year of 2026. And that is very interesting because that is his month, his 6 months. Okay. Plus his day, which is 2 plus 1. So that is 3. It is... Sorry, I'm just double checking my notes. Yeah, it is, that equals 3, just so that people don't get confused. And if we take that 6, and if we take this all, sorry, I'm just getting confused. Just give me a second. I'm just mixing myself up here. So we are looking, I'm going to start over again because I don't want to lose you guys, because I nearly lost myself here. Okay, that is the 1. So we are looking at month 6. Plus his day, which is the 3. 2 plus 1 is 3, okay? Plus then that 1 of his year, that gives us a 10, and that goes down to a 1 again. All the 1s here. Now, we're going to look at his time frame, and that is June 21, 2027. So we are going to be looking here at we're going to be looking at June 2020. What have I done here? I've written it wrong way. June 21, 26 to the same date, 2027. So I hope I haven't lost you guys here. Okay, to find his active personal year for 2026, we take his month and his day and we add it to his universal year, as I showed you there, which takes us to 10, and it becomes a 1. Then, just having passed June 21st, William is now fully anchored in his personal year. And this is the seed planting phase of an entirely new 9-year cycle. The 2026 personal year, we're going to look at both the light and the shadow side, like I did for Harry, because I don't want people to say that, I am biased. So I am doing it for both of them. Okay. Now, let's dig into this. Now that we've got the numbers, let me just leave these numbers here for those who want to refer back to them. But now we're going to have a look here. His personal year 1 acts as a powerful catalyst for that Master 11 that we've got here. It pulls his quiet, supportive nature into central authority. It gives him clarity, personal conviction, and momentum to step out from behind older structures and plant new seeds and declare a fresh direction for his legacy. The heavy weight of the past 9-year cycles has lifted, unlocking doors for him to innovate And have we not seen, if we look back at the beginning of the year 2026, where he's just come out of 2025, how turbulent it was for him in his life and in his family's life. And we've seen a lot of changes and stuff coming through this year already, haven't we? Now, and I think we all can see what I've just said here about the personal year one. But now, the shadow side of this personal year one here, is that personal year one. The shadow side here is profound isolation. It's almost like standing in your own energy, and your energy requires to stand alone. And this can bring up feelings of complete and utter solitude, or a heavy weight of feeling that the future rests entirely on your shoulders. Because the future rests entirely on his shoulders. Because the one energy moves so fast, its shadow can also bring internal frustrations or impatience when established traditions and institutions around him move too slowly. And aren't we seeing that, my friends? Leave a comment if you think I'm on the right path here. Now, let us have a look for 2027, because remember, he is literally sitting there. Okay, now let's go and have a look at the 2027, and you guys will see it's actually quite interesting. So we are going to take 2027. So that is 2 plus 2 is 4 plus 7. 2 plus 2 is 2, and that is 11. Look at all the ones here. Look at all the ones. Look at all the ones. Oh my, yeah. Okay, now let's have a look here. And we are going to do his time frame. And the time frame is from June 27 to June 2028. Okay. And again, we can reduce this number. In 2027, we can reduce that down to 2 again. Look at all the 1s and all the 2s that he's got here. And it mirrors. This literally mirrors his life path exactly. Now, let us have a look here at his personal year of 2027, the light and the shadow side, which is this 11 and the 2. Okay? 2026 is about planting new seeds with bold initiatives. And I think 2027 is about nurturing those seeds through deep patience, diplomacy and partnerships. And entering this master builder number 11, aligned directly with his life path here. And this means his intuitive perceptions will be heightened to an extraordinary degree. It shifts the energy from solo action into collaborative strength. Highlighted quiet alliances. I want to say lions. Well, I just want to say lions. And immediately the strength card popped into my mind. I don't know why. Emotional healing and building harmonized bridges. But now we get to the shadow side. This was now the light side. Now we're going to get into the shadow side. Seeing that he is also looking at the shadow side. The shadow side are stepping into the Master 11, a sensory and emotional overload. And pressures on his nervous system is doubling. You see the doubling up. Almost one is 2 doubling up. Where 2026 brings the fear of isolation. 2027 brings the shadow of hypersensitivity, conflict avoidance, and absorbing the emotional trauma or unrest of those around him. Who's causing emotional trauma? Whose emotional trauma has he got to constantly absorb? And it's a little warning for him. Harry, why did I say Harry? My head is in front of my mouth again. Harry's issues that he's got. William has got to hold firm boundaries. He must hold those firm boundaries. And the demand to appease everybody around him could lead to burnout and self-doubt. So, William, set your boundaries. You cannot please everybody. Remember, you cannot please everybody. Watch yourself. Don't burn out and don't doubt yourself. Don't let other people doubt you or make you doubt yourself. Now, let's navigate and interlock 2026 and 2027. So we're going to be interlocking 2026 and 2027. This one was quite interesting for me because of that slap bang in the middle. Because if you remember with the Harry one, what I did is, because he is in the last quarter of the year, round about the last quarter of the year, and most of his year is consumed by 2026. That is when you focus on 2026 more, because most of your year is ruled by 2026. You understand? And here he's literally split in the middle. Why did King Solomon come up in my mind now? Making a decision, cutting the child in half. I don't know. My guides are sometimes very strange with me. But in any case, let's carry on. Let's tug forward. And because William is now sitting right mid 2026, it's a crucible of transition. He is being called to use the device independent fire of a personal year to establish his authority, while holding the awareness that everything he builds now must be strong enough to sustain the deep emotional and diplomatic demands of 2027, which is that master builder number year. And this is also now just bringing me to that point now as well. And I think all of you know what I mean when I say he needs to make sure that his foundations are strong and that his devices are secure, and that he is laying his foundations very, very well. Because that will determine the transition. And you know what I mean with the saying transition. He needs to step down his authority, because whatever he does now is going to serve him very, very well with deep emotional and diplomatic demands of this master builder number year 2027. I'm just saying. He is, I think, in this year learning to pioneer without this burning out and standing in his own personal power while he is preparing to build something new. And I hope that this has made some sense to you guys, because this numerology to me that I've just done here for him with this 11s. I mean, just look here. Look at all the 1s and the 11s. this popping through the whole time. When he was born, he formed a bridge. He formed the foundation. He was laying the foundation with his birth, leading up to when he is going to be sitting on the throne. And I think late Princess Diana knew this. And I think that is why she nurtured him and whatever. And I think almost the late Queen, oh, I've just got a hell of a ringing in my ear all of a sudden, as I mentioned her name. And Diana's name. My left ear just got this sharp ring in it. Yes, I just had confirmation. Both of them, the Queen and Diana, knew. They knew the significance of this. The 11 and the 2, the Master Builder. And it's also transition. It's transition. Master cycle, new seeds, planting seeds for 2027. But he needs to be gentle with himself. He needs to be gentle with his energy. He needs to watch out his energy levels. But I personally think he's through the worst. I personally think he's through the worst now. Because, as I said, it was very, very interesting with that 2025, which was a 9. The end of a cycle, starting a new cycle with a 10 here. Because it's the start of a new cycle. The Fool's journey, Kippy's journey. He has now gone through that, but he's on the 10. He's achieved everything. He's achieving everything that he needed to, and that's a 1. New beginnings. And there's 11. Which is also 2, which is also the High Priestess. Illumination. Seeing things. New beginnings. Why did I say High Priestess? She's sitting on that throne with the veil behind her. It reminds me of Coronation. The Coronation. A Coronation. You know, they go underneath that holy part where they are covered and everything else. Can't remember what it's called now. But why did that come to me now? I'm just saying. I'm not saying anything. It just popped into my head directly after I had my ear ringing. So, if we just have a look here, I mean, all the 1s and all the 11s. But it's so true. It's almost like, I know he's got the support of Catherine. I know he's got her support. I know he's got her understanding. And she's fully behind him. But yet, with all that weight that is on his shoulders, it feels like he's standing all alone. As they say, the highest tree catches the most wind. When you stand alone somewhere, you're vulnerable. And the 1 is like a pole. It is just going up and down. And when you drive, and if there's pressure on a pole, it just keeps driving it in deeper. Because there's nothing to counter the weight. But also, as you drive that pole in harder, the foundations become stronger. It's like when you're building a massive big house and you have to sink in pylons. Here in New Zealand especially, I mean, we know it. I mean, the amount of money that goes into hitting bedrock for skyscrapers and high-rises and buildings and stuff to go up so that they are earthquake-proof and everything else, so they can withstand the forces of nature. They can withstand anything that nature and upheaval throws at them. You've got to drive that foundation in very, very deep until you hit the bedrock. until you hit bedrock. And then you know your foundations are strong. So no matter what gets thrown at you from any direction, you will not move. It's like these mooring poles that we've got that our boats are on. I'll pop a little video on. They were actually doing some mooring poles yesterday. And I'll just pop it on so you overlay this so you guys can see what actually goes into that and how they do it. But without driving those poles completely deep into the mud and hitting bedrock and everything, this boat of mine won't stay in its place. So this is where William is right now. But look here at the master builder number, the 2 here. Okay? Because there's a personal here of 1. He feels very alone at the moment. The 1 there. Okay? But look here. In 2027. The 11, the 2. And I'm going to write it down. The 2 of them together. Because there he's got his support, he's got his foundations. So he's working on it now. Not predicting anything, but whichever way, whatever happens or not happens, this is a pivotal point for him. This is really a pivotal point for him at the moment. But yes, his life path and his life year of 2027 is colliding, is conjoining, is becoming a synergy. Wow. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Sorry for the little stumbles in the beginning. But yeah, there was just so much, and I just sort of like just lost it there for a second, especially when somebody came past us and waved at me. I just lost my concentration there for a second. But yes, there we go. I hope you guys enjoyed. And please note, I did not use the microphone in this thing because on the auto writing it sounded absolutely horrible. It made no difference to my sniffles and coughs or anything else that happens. So it is what it is. Take it or leave it. I can't change it. I love you all, and thanks for all the new subscribers. Welcome to all the new subscribers. I love you all. Thanks to all the new members, and let's hit 4,000. 4,000 is our next goal, which is a foundation. The foundations, 4 foundations. We're busy laying the foundations for this channel. Thank you, my friends. I'll speak to you soon. Bye bye.